one way to think about risk is the more risks you take, you start to hone. You start to
Absolutely.
hone in on that authentic voice.
Yeah.
You start to hone in on that North Star.
Yeah.
And you make older, more confident decisions, I guess, the more risks you take.
My TED talk is about taking risks, and I use the metaphor of jumping off cliffs. One of the things I realized is that I reached a point after a couple of jumps, there was something that no one could take away from me. And I think early in your career, you're scared. You're like, you don't know who you are, and to some extent you're trying to define yourself by other people's versions of success. For me, risk taking was such an important tool for figuring out who I was, and to some extent getting a confidence that I know I'm good at stuff.
Yeah.
And even if I fail, like, it's never going to take away that sort of like intrinsic knowledge that I'm good at things, because I've now been through so many different like weird scenarios.
This like almost delusional belief of like who we are, and like just that supporting of that person and our belief.
I mean, I also just think risk is part of how you deeply get to know yourself. You're not walking up somebody else's stairs. You're kind of like trying to discover what you are, and very much also what you're not. And in the process of that, you sort of develop that intrinsic sense of like, this is who I am, this is who I'm not. And to your point about like narrowing, like that then becomes much more clear about like, okay, this is what matters to me and like where I want to go.